Yo guys, what is happening? Welcome back to Global Games and welcome to another episode of the Let's Build a City series. So today we're looking at how to build a modern beach resort. I think this build is pretty cool. It features an all-glass circular design with a light blue color scheme which makes it perfect for the beach. And without any further ado, I think we should just jump right into the build. So we're going to be laying out a pretty simple design here, and we're just going to be going with a basic circle kind of pattern here. I generally just kind of make this up on the spot as I go because circles can be a little bit difficult to deal with, obviously, in Minecraft, the game blocks. Also, the rain. What's going on there? Let's get rid of that. And this is sort of what I'm thinking. We go for the ones in between. We go for a little bit of 2 action, a little bit of 3 action. Maybe we'll go for one more section of 3. And then again on this side to kind of create that nice little curve there on the corner. And then I think it's time to start curving around the other way. So we're going to go 2 and then 1. Just like so, and then we'll do that again on the other side. That kind of gives us a weird butterfly circle shape here, which we're going to kind of fix as we go. So we get to 1 here. So we got, again, 2, 1. We're going to give it another 1, and then we're going to give it a little 2 section over here. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to go about ending this curve. All right, you know what? We're going to go into a 2 section like we did on the other side. On this side, we're going to go 1 and 1, and then I'll sum up that curve really nice. It's not going to be the biggest opening at the end here, but I think it will look pretty good. Also, check out the look of this city. It kind of reminds me of like a Just Cause 4 city almost, but it is looking pretty cool here with the terrain and whatnot, and I'm glad that we did do this map. So now I'm going to be coming back like 2, like so, to complete this little circle. And then what I can do is follow the exact same design as this, but I think instead we're going to have to do a little bit of things differently here on this back part. We will, however, start with a 3 wide section going off of this 2. So just like so, we got a little 3. And then, I don't know if we want to go out any further. Probably not. We're probably going to start with maybe going in with our first 3 wide section. There's going to be a lot of those on this side of the build. So following, again, the other side, we're doing 3 of these 3 block wide sections. That's going to give us this really cool little design. It would almost be cool to go out in like a triangle shape, kind of like the Burj Khalifa base. But, I don't know. I think we're going to stick with this little U shape that we got going on here. We're going for a 2 now, following that 3, so just like so. We're going to go for another 2 on either side, just like that. And then we're going to start going with some 1s, I believe, just like so. We're going to go for maybe another 2 here, another 2 here, and then another 1 like so. You know what, actually I've changed my mind on that. To make the change here, we're just going to go along here and add a 2 to that one, add a 2 to that one. Oops, sorry, whoa, deleted the wrong block there. Then we're going to add those 1 wide sections in between, and that's going to give us a nice curve at the back of the building. Okay, so overall, a really cool little thin building here. It's going to work perfectly because I'm going to do kind of the same thing over on this side here later. That might even be in another video. But today, we're just going to stick with this one here. Again, a little slim building, but I think it's going to look really cool as some sort of hotel or something along those lines. Okay, so I've gone ahead here and removed all of the sand from the inside of the building here. Now we're going to be going ahead and selecting our interior block, which I think will be light gray concrete to complete the floors here. Now, this isn't really a build that you can use the fill command with, as obviously the shape is pretty round and awkward to use, square fillings on and whatnot. So I don't think that's going to work. So in this case, I'm just going to fill the entire thing by hand, and we're also going to use our roof trick when we get to the end to make sure this entire thing is filled on the roof, so we don't have to change it later. When you're building like this and in this sort of style, when you're not using a lot of basic square patterns like we would be on maybe one of those buildings, then you will run into some issues where you can't use fill command. You're going to be doing a lot of builds and stuff like that by hand, including the glass and the floor and even just the layout of it. The entire thing is basically done by hand except for the actual clone of the building upwards. So you just kind of prepare yourself for that. If you are looking to really speed up your buildings, you may want to stick to square buildings in your city worlds and whatnot. But in my case here, I like to add a little depth and detail with different sorts of designs on buildings and add curves and whatnot. And even the museum over there, we did a pretty cool job at adding some crazy shapes. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm definitely a fan of the whole idea of it. I like the fact that things stick out. I don't know if it turned out exactly how I would have liked it, but I'm definitely pretty happy with how it turned out. Anyway, I'm definitely getting a little distracted here. What I'm basically saying, though, is just try and make your buildings look interesting in your world. You can definitely do that with square buildings, no doubt about it. But and it is easier to build those in many ways. But there is definitely a big benefit to adding, circles and triangles and other different shapes of buildings to your world. And again, it just takes a little bit longer, and you can still clone them up the same way that you would with any other building. And there's a second rainfall for today. You guys are keeping track? I hope so. I know we've had at least 5 in one episode, I think is a record, so maybe we can beat that today. Anyway, we're going to go along now and add all the glass here. I'm going to start with a 3 tall section. And in fact, on the lobby here, I might even make it bigger. In fact, actually, hold on. I've got a new thing that I want to show you guys on how to build glass on a building like this. I know I said that most of this would be done by hand, but I just remembered actually there is a pretty cool way to build this glass up without needing to use your hand. Stick with that first, going around with one layer of glass, just like so. Again, just one high on the outline that you've designed, or if you're following this outline, just do exactly what I'm doing here. Place one piece of white glass on top of all the what is this, light blue concrete. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna head over to this corner, and we're gonna be using the clone command to get these pieces of glass cloned up. This is actually a really cool little thing here. It does save a little bit of time for sure, and especially for us building the lobby here, it's going to be quite helpful. Now there is going to be an issue here with us figuring out where to place the clone command block. We're going to place it somewhere over here, but I just don't know where exactly that's going to go. I believe the block goes right here, matching the corner there and the corner there. I'm not 100% sure though. Let's give this a try and see if our glass clones up the correct spot. It does, which is good. Sometimes you got to play around with that a little bit and clear what you've done. But in this case, we're doing the lobby floor. I'm going to go 5 blocks high. Once you got that first one in, you can just change the Y coordinate and build up like so. You guys already know this though, right? Because you watched the clone command tutorial on the channel. Yeah, did you? You probably should if you haven't, because it gives a lot of great insight into how to use these commands to benefit your builds and whatnot. Anyway, that's going to be the lobby floor there. And then my next strategy here to build the rest of this building up, we're not doing interiors, but I do want to add some torches here just to make it look good at night. So I'll give you the next step in a second. Hold on, let me go around and add some torches. Okay, torches are added sort of at random, sort of not. I've just placed them on the edge of each glass thing when it transitions. You can go ahead and do that however you want to if you're building this in your world. So the next step here is that we're going to just be changing that clone command that we already built to use these, or to build up this glass layer for the lobby. What we're going to be doing is we're at 70 right now. What we want to do is we're going to go down to 69 because that is where this light blue concrete starts. And then on the other side here, we're going up to 73, exactly 4 blocks above here. So we're going to get the layer of 69, we're going to get the layer of 70, 71, and 70. Oh, wait, is it 73 or 72 then in that case? My math skills in this case, oh man. It is going to be 72 actually, my bad. And then, yes, that does make sense. And then on this clone command, on the final one here, we're going to 75 because we built up to 74. If you count 72 as this block, which would be right here, we got 73, 74, and then the block that we want to clone on is 75. That probably made no sense, but if you're confused, just go ahead and do the normal clone command where you grab this corner, grab the corner here, which is 3 glass blocks above, and then paste it on the top layer here. But that's basically what I've just entered here, just using some little basic calculations to figure that out. And when we press enter, we're going to get a little bit of falling sand, of course, because the ground here is not quite set up for this. But anyway, we do have our second floor on here, and let's just make sure that it all went on good. We've got our still 5 layers down there, and we got 3 layers up here. That worked very well, and I'm happy with how that turned out. All right, we're not quite done yet. Now I'm going to change the clone command again so we don't get that falling sand. We know that we pasted at 75, so that's going to be the starting block here. So we're going to count 75 as 1. Then we got to go 76, 77, 78 as the second one. And then we're going to be pasting at 79 like so. And that's going to allow us to not get this falling sand because instead I'm cloning this layer versus the first one. There we go. We're getting a little bit more in depth with the clone command. But once you can start to figure that kind of stuff out, you can really simply go ahead here and make changes to your building. That's number 3, guys. That's number 3. Can we get back to a weather clear? There we go. But yeah, 3 times raining in one video. That's not good. For the rest of the building here, I'm just going to follow the basic cloning strategy. And I think I want to go to that height right there. Really cool. We got all these round buildings going in. I know we did something similar for the casino, but I think this is a little bit different. And it's really cool to have the all glass as well. Maybe I'll go up one more floor on it, and then we'll do a little roof cap on it. And I think that's going to do it for this little beach resort. I've added one more floor, and that's going to be the final one right there. I'm going to go along here and add the roof now, which is just basically me filling. I cloned one more layer of the the floor on the top here, which left us with the glass and the torches. But that's just how I'm going to do the roof, so I don't have to actually go and fill this all in by hand. And then we're going to go grab the other corner of it right here. We're going to go ahead here and press air. And that's going to get rid of all the glass and all the torches, which will leave us with a nice clean roof here. Obviously, if you want the colors changed or whatnot, you can actually do that with a command. If you were, actually, you know what? I'll just show you for this one time. If you want to do it, you'd go ahead here and press fill. And then you go all the way over to this corner right here. And then we're going to go ahead and grab this coordinate over here. And then we're just going to write up the quick fill command here, which is going to basically be Minecraft, the block that we want to replace it with. In this case, maybe we want to just replace it with a regular gray stained, or no, that's not what it's called, gray concrete, just like so. Then we're going to go here and press replace, but then we're only going to replace Minecraft and then light gray concrete. And just simply by doing, that's not how we're going to write that. We're going to write it like this, light gray concrete. Simply by doing that, we're only going to replace the light gray concrete blocks. We're not going to replace any of the air blocks surrounding it, so we're not going to get this weird square shape. And we're also going to leave the light blue blocks intact. I'll demonstrate that right here. And that's an easy way to go ahead here and do that and change the roof color and whatnot, which I think in this case actually doesn't look too bad. It's not really that noticeable and doesn't really matter that much, to be honest. So we'll leave it like that for right now. But that is just how you do that in case you were wondering if you wanted to clean or change that quickly. And for some reason, my game audio there was coming through the speakers. I don't know why. But anyway, that is going to basically do it for this build, guys. And we got a nice little beach resort thing going on. Of course, you're going to want to go ahead here. If you're building on uneven terrain, you're going to want to go ahead and add in all of this blue structure underneath it to make it look like it's not just floating up in the air. And this side is going to be pretty cool. I might even do some sort of dock thing underneath there. I don't know yet, so I'm going to leave that open. But also you want to avoid leaving sand like this because you want to make it look like the foundation is going right down the ground. So do something like this where all the blocks are covered right down and below where the base would go. So that's basically where we're going to leave it today. If you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to go below, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys all in the next video.